All right. Good morning, everyone. So go ahead, and those of you who are following along, again, I would really love if you could follow along. Go ahead and log on to starfall.com. I'll give you a moment. I'm going to do the same right now on my computer. All right. And then go ahead and make your way to the calendar. And the screen should look like this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press play.
Yippee! It's April
2020.
Let's make a calendar.
Okay, so we are in the month of April now. Happy April 1st, everyone.
Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so now it's going to ask,
what day of the week is it today?
So what day of the week is it today? So if we go ahead and look up at the top with our days of the week, you should see the one that is golden, and it is Wednesday.
Great job! Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2020.
Okay. Now we're going to
fill in the missing day and date.
Okay, so fill in the missing day and date. So we just did the day of the week. Today is Wednesday. And this is the first day of the month. So it is the first.
First. Great job.
All right. So once you fill those in, go ahead and click the arrow to go to the next part. Now we get to
mark any special days this month.
So this is the part where we get to mark any special days this month. And if we look at today, you'll notice there is a purple star on today. But something else about today. Today is a funny holiday. No pun intended. No. It's April Fool's Day. So I remember growing up when it was April 1st or April Fool's Day. This was the day that I would try to pull nice pranks on my family and friends. And it's just a really lighthearted day where you can lovingly trick the people that you care about. But you don't have to celebrate it if you don't want to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. So we talked about April Fool's Day. That's one of our holidays this month. I don't know if it's really a holiday or what. Let me actually look that up. Let's see. April Fool's Day. So on the side, it is a holiday. Okay, so it is a holiday. I did not know that. I just thought it was just some funny thing we did, tradition, if you will. So it says April Fool's Day, or April Fool's Day or April Fool's Day is the annual custom on April 1st. So it happens every year. That's what annual means. Every year on April 1st, consisting of practical jokes and hoaxes. So this is what I was talking about. People like to pull little pranks and make little jokes and whatnot. And it says that jokesters, so the people that are pulling the pranks or telling the jokes, often expose their actions by shouting April Fools once that other person ends up being surprised by their joke or their prank, whatever they did. All right, so the next holiday, I'm going to go down to the next row. And on Thursday, April 9th, 2020, it's Passover. So I'm going to go ahead and put a star on Thursday, April 9th, 2020, because that is this year's Passover. And I'm going to go ahead and look up Passover. I know it's a Jewish holiday. Let me see if there's a nice little explanation that I can give you. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Passover is an 8-day festival that's celebrated in early spring from the 15th through the 22nd of the Hebrew month of Nisan. So, Hebrew is the group of Jewish people that I was talking about. They speak, it's a language, and they speak Hebrew, and it's also part of their culture. And so Passover celebrates the, basically, there are this group of people called the Israelites a long time ago, and they were slaves in ancient Egypt. And Egypt is that place with the pyramids, the giant pyramids that kind of look like this. So Passover celebrates the Israelites, that group of people, becoming free of slavery in Egypt. And then there's specific meals and things that this culture eats on these specific days, and there's certain things that they avoid. So it's a pretty cool tradition. My family is actually Jewish on my mom's side. So I've heard about this, but I was not raised with the tradition, so I'm not too familiar. Okay, and then if we go back to our calendar, our next holiday is Friday, April 10th, 2020. It's Good Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and put a star on Good Friday. And let me see if there's a little... So Good Friday is a Christian holiday. So Christianity is a religion. And so people who practice Christianity are called Christian. So Good Friday is a Christian holiday that remembers the crucifixion of Jesus and his death. So this is usually leading up to Easter type traditions too. So it's just to remember that what the Christians believe, that Jesus was crucified or hung up on a cross. And it's the remembrance of that. And it's going to lead into Easter, because Easter is this month. So we go back to our calendar. Okay, so usually Good Friday is that Friday before Easter. So if we look, our next holiday is in fact Easter. So Sunday, April 12th, 2020, I'm going to go ahead and put some stars on that. It's going to be Easter. Okay, and so Easter is typically another Christian holiday that it celebrates the resurrection or rising up from the dead of Jesus Christ. So let's see. So on Good Friday, you're remembering when he died on the cross, and then on Easter, you're celebrating the fact that when they put him in the tomb to kind of just to die, and he resurrected, or he woke up and moved the stone over, and everyone was surprised. And so this is just a big thing to celebrate if you are. I was raised Christian, so we celebrated Easter. I went to church and everything. Some of you might have different traditions and practice different religions and aren't necessarily familiar with Easter, but that's a little more formal. Easter, an informal way of celebrating Easter, is doing cool things like decorating Easter eggs or making cute little baskets or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and look for our next holiday, and I see on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020, I'm going to put a star because it is Earth Day. So I'm going to see if there's a little mini description of Earth Day. Not an Earth Day quiz. Okay, so Earth Day is an annual. So remember, annual happens every year, once a year. Earth Day is an annual event celebrated around the world on April 22nd to demonstrate support for environmental protection. So this is a really cool day because I'm really into the environment and being sustainable and doing a bunch of things to help keep the planet that we live on healthy. And so this is a day that people like to bring a lot of awareness and tell people all about different ways that you can keep the earth healthy while we're living here. You can do things like, I know some of you have participated in a recycling club, so recycling is a great thing. Planting trees is a great thing. There's a whole bunch of things that, and I'll post something on actual Earth Day about it. Okay, so our next holiday, 2 days after that, so Friday the 24th, Ramadan begins. So I'm going to put a star on Ramadan, and I don't want to missay, so let me look it up. Okay, yes, it is. So another religion, Islam. So people, the religion or the holidays that are celebrated by people who practice Islam are called Islamic holidays, and they follow the Islamic calendar. So Ramadan is in the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and people who typically practice Islam are called Muslim. And so Muslim people worldwide on this day, this is kind of the start of their month of fasting, which is not eating. It might not, I don't know if it's necessarily not eating whatsoever, or they can only eat during certain times, but they're going to cut back on their eating somehow. Prayer, and then reflection and community. So it sounds like this is a really spiritual and peaceful type of holiday where they get to do a lot of self-reflection and think about how to better themselves and how they can be better for others. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look, and nope, we do not have any more special days this month. So I'm going to go ahead and, actually, let me check. I almost forgot. I have our birthday calendar from our room. So we can look to see if there's any actual birthdays. So there's no more holidays, but we'll see if there's some birthdays. So January, February, March, April. And if you look, in April, on April 19th, that is Harry's birthday. Our good friend Harry. So Harry will be celebrating his birthday on Sunday, April 19th. So I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of cake on there because that is Harry's birthday. And I do not believe we have any of our other classmates who have a birthday this month. So we'll be looking forward to that. Okay. So go ahead and continue to mark whatever special days you would like to mark this month. but I'm going to go ahead and move on. So now it gives me the option to
choose a picture for your calendar.
choose a picture for my calendar. So it looks like there's a boy and a girl. There's a boy picking up trash. My guess is for Earth Day. There's something that looks like planets. And then a boy covering his head with a book while it's raining. So I'm going to go ahead and put the boy covering his head with a book. Oh, there's a girl too with an umbrella, and it's raining because there's that saying, April showers bring May flowers. So if you can see, this is the one I chose for my calendar, but you can choose whichever one you would like. Okay. And hooray, so we are done with calendar. So now we're going to move on to weather. And so I'm going to go ahead and type in weather. And so today, Wednesday, April 1st, if we look, what does it say our high is going to be today? Oh wait, sorry, that is my mistake. That is not the high. That is the current temperature. So the current temperature right now is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the bottom left where you can have that box around the Wednesday. So it'll look Wednesday. Looks like there's just a bunch of clouds hanging out with each other for the picture. And then there's some temperatures also. Okay, and so it'll look like this. Okay, so this temperature right here is going to be our high for the day. So today's high is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you want to, you can check that temperature array on here to see if that's going to actually be our high for the day, because sometimes it doesn't say. There's some different numbers. But for time purposes, I'm going to move on to the low for the day. So our lowest temperature right here, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. So 39 degrees. And then, how I said these clouds here, kind of hanging out with each other, well, that tells you that there might be some cloudiness at some point today. Right now it's mostly sunny. I'm looking outside. Feel free to take the time to look outside right now if you want. And I'm seeing blue skies with like a little bit of wind, but I don't really see any clouds right now. But if we look at our temperature gauge, so our high was 65, right? So I'm going to go to 60. And this is easy. It's our mark, our exact middle mark here, 65. So we are still in that cool temperature range. And then our low of 38. So I'm going to go ahead and find 30. Here's 35 and 40. So I know it's going to be between 35 and 40. So 36, 37, 38. That's not marked correct, but anyways. We are in our cold temperature range, and that is pretty cold. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is when things start freezing, so 38 is pretty close to that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to those boxes, those 3 boxes here. Remember that say we have temperature, precipitation, and wind. So I'm going to go ahead and click precipitation and look, and there should be that line with percentages on it. And it's saying 0%. And if I look up at the top where it says precipitation, humidity, and wind, it says 0% as well. So I don't think we're going to get any rain today. I'm going to go ahead and now click on wind instead of precipitation. And that's that part where you see all the arrows with the speeds or the miles per hour that the wind will be blowing. And I'm going to go ahead and look up at the top again where it says precipitation, humidity, and wind. And it's giving us, it says 21 miles per hour. That's pretty windy, I think. And now I'm looking outside and the leaves are dancing on the trees quite a bit. So yeah, it's probably going to be pretty windy today, but it looks like it might die down in the evening time. All right. So now would be the time. You can explore whatever else you would like to explore about the weather, but now would be the time where whoever was running weather would write it on our board. Where did my eraser go? Sorry. I don't know where it went, so I'll just use my hand. That's okay. All right. So they would write, we have a part that says today with a spot to write the temperature, and then there's a spot that says tomorrow with a spot to write the temperature. So today's high, if I remember from that box that says Wednesday with the clouds and the 2 temperatures, it's going to be 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on Thursday's box right here. And it says the highest temperature for tomorrow will be 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And today is supposed to be cloudy, even though it's not cloudy right now. This is why it's silly sometimes. So cloudy. It's going to be cloudy. And then tomorrow says it's supposed to be sunny. Sunny. So it looked like this. So today is going to be a high of 65 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Tomorrow will be a high of 67 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do our social story for the day. So this social story today is going to be a social story for using a respectful tone. So if you think a minute, I'm sure all of you have heard the word respect, and think about what that means. And so tone is how you say something when you speak. So think about those 2 words together. So respectful, so there's some type of respect involved, and tone. So think about how that could be a respectful tone, what that could mean. And so we're going to go ahead and read about what that could mean. Sometimes I feel like I want something really, really badly from another person. I might feel like I want my teacher to tell me there is extra recess or no homework. I might feel like I want my friends to share a new toy with me or to sit next to me at lunchtime. When I want something really, really badly, it is important to talk about it in a respectful tone. So, a respectful tone, here we go. Let's listen. A respectful tone means I use my regular speaking voice. I say please, and I say just say the words I actually mean. So, a respectful tone again, that means your regular speaking voice. So, this is my regular speaking voice. It's my regular, if I'm having a conversation with you, I'm going to talk like this. See, it's nice and calm and light. This is how part of having a respectful tone. And then there is saying please. So if you're wanting something, usually talking about it using manners is the best way. So you can say, hey, can I please do that with you? Or hey, can I play with that toy with you? And see how I just said the words that I actually mean. So if I want something, so say, for example, one of you has a cool new pencil, and I really, really want to look at it and see it and touch it, but before, I'm not going to just go up and grab it. Before, I'm going to approach you and say, hey, I noticed that you have a new pencil. Can I please see it? See, that was direct. That was exactly what I wanted. That was respectful. It was nice and calm. And so people are going to be more receptive to you if you have a calm, polite tone. Okay, so if I want something really badly, I might be tempted to use a different tone. I might want to whine or talk like a baby. I might want to yell or use an angry tone. These choices are disrespectful. I am not a baby, and I do not need to talk like one. I am not mean, and I do not need to talk in a mean or angry voice. So this raises a good point. If you want something really bad, it can be really easy to think nothing but that and just continue to focus on how much you want that. And so you might be tempted to whine about it or complain, or you might be feeling frustrated because you really want that thing. But these choices are still a disrespectful tone. You're not going to be able to approach someone if you're feeling frustrated or anything like that. You're not going to be able to have a respectful tone during those times. So it's always good to calm your body first and yourself that way before you speak. That way you can have a respectful tone. Let's see. If I feel like I cannot use a respectful tone, I know I need to take a break. So what I was just saying, if you feel like you're not able to calmly ask in a nice way or for something, or calmly say something, then chances are you probably need to take a break and get your body calm first, and then maybe revisit that later on once your body's calm. So if you need to take a break, you can count to 10, you can take deep breaths before you start talking, and you can remind yourself to use that respectful tone. It's important when you're talking with other people, especially adults. But everyone should have a respectful tone with each other, even your fellow classmates. Let's see. So I can remind myself to use a respectful tone, and I wait until I am really ready to speak. Then I say what I want to say, And then when I say what I want to say, other people are more ready to listen to me too. I'm so glad I know how to talk in a respectful tone. So, this is all great information. So if you're feeling like you can't have a calm body and communicate something in the best way using please and manners like that, then you should take a break, calm your body, count to 10, take some deep breaths, make sure that you are really ready to actually talk to that person. And then when you are, that's when you can approach them and make your request or comment. Because people are a lot more receptive, and receptive means more like they're more willing to listen to you if you talk in a respectful tone. So I will be posting this social story on our Google Classroom. But that is it for today's morning meeting. So thank you all again. I hope you're enjoying these videos from home. I'm really enjoying interacting with you. I know I've interacted with Tommy quite a bit on here and Haley now, and it'd be really great if I can interact with some of you, some others of you. So come say hi on our Google Classroom, or post something that you're doing over during this time that we're apart. Post something, share. I would love for you to share with me and your classmates what you're up to. And if you have something that you would like to share with us, that would be an awesome place to post it too. All right, everyone, have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you in the videos tomorrow. Bye.